Welcome back aboard Arabella, where the work continues this week getting everything ready for the boat's first international voyage. Stay toward the end of the video today to find out exactly what the plan is, and most importantly, where they plan to stay next winter.
Before I install the bow roller here, I want to get this bow out of it. It's not a huge one, but it's a little bit. This part back here is pretty straight, so we don't want to put the block over here and induce the bow here. So we're going to go just past on the end here. Clamp in the middle. Perfect. Nice. I got most of the mast scraped here, and I got a little bit more to do. What I'm trying to do is get the glue off and not really take any wood off. Just scrape the glue away. And this is residue left over from the flex tape that we put around the mast, which seems to work really well. So wild in the video, this looks like giant deep grooves, like a cat came and just raked it apart. And it's really not. None of these are deep at all. I chose shellac to throw on here for the finish because it's quick and it's easy, and it doesn't need the waterproofness that you would necessarily have with varnish. Varnish or oil or just about anything really would work. I don't want to drive these so hard that we start to deform the mast or dent it or do anything, but I do want them fairly snug. So the point of the sailcloth is to pad the corners of the wedges so that they don't poke through and create a hard point that creates a hole in a water lake in our flex tape here. And it also makes it so that the flex tape isn't stuck all the way to the mast and all the way to the wedges, because it doesn't really need to be. We just need a seal here at the top where the water is running down the mast, and we need a seal at the deck. And everything in the middle doesn't actually have to be sealed to the mast, it just has to be sealed to itself.
On top of the main mast, Steve worked on the rigging for the new Code Zero sail that will help Arabella keep sailing in light winds rather than turning on the engine when the wind dips below 8 knots. It wasn't going to be quite ready for the trip from Marion to Provincetown, where winds were forecast to be pretty light, but it would be about a week later when they left for Canada. Buzzards Bay is home waters for Robin. She grew up nearby. She had a few friends come over for dinner that night before they set out early in the morning.
Always like lose courage when I cut Dude, he doesn't kiss anyone. He's Jeez, guy. There goes my breakfast. All over the floor. I'm so sad I wanna cry. Akiva, come! Akiva! Come! Come, Akiva, come! That's a good boy. That's a good boy. Come get a treat. You did so good. Little moment of distraction there, but
The next morning, Steve and Robin set off for Granby for a few days. It was the last visit they'd make there until the holidays, and they grabbed a few things out of storage that will be needed for the coming winter.
Robin and I don't need our winter stuff at the moment, but Arabella is gonna need her winter stuff. So let's get that collected. We learned the hard way in Harwichport that you want all the fenders, not some fenders, not a few fenders, all the fenders. Tying up to a dock for the winter is like doing woodworking and clamping. You can never have too many clamps, and you can never have too many fenders. When Robin comes back to get the truck and bring it up to Nova Scotia, she's gonna grab all this stuff, throw it in, and bring it with her. So these are our crash pads for bouldering. They're just foam, they're light, but they're super bulky. So put those in the back of the truck. And then we've got our pile of fenders and our dock lines, because we're gonna end up leaving Arabella up there at the start of the winter and coming back for the holidays. And we got an extra diesel can, because we're gonna be running the diesel heater a lot this winter, and not having to go get diesel as much will make a big difference. So leave this here staged in my mom's garage, and then when we get back, when Robin gets back, she can grab this. I'm gonna stay with the boat up in Nova Scotia and do a few projects and wait for her return. It's pretty exciting to be getting prepped for some climbing and overwintering up there. I'm really excited.
Back in Provincetown, Steve ticked off the final items on the to-do list for Arabella's first international voyage. He and Robin sat down and finalized the plan for where they're going and where they're going to spend the upcoming winter.
So, we have a plan.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about this plan.
I know you are, I am too. So, we have a plan. We've decided to skip Maine and New Hampshire and just run straight up to Nova Scotia. We're going to land in Shelburne and check out Lunenburg, do some climbing in Terrence Bay, do some climbing in the Bradior Lakes. I know I pronounced it wrong. Just save it for the comments. And then we're going to shoot over to Newfoundland sort of at the end of the summer. And I'll let Steve tell you about the plan from there.
Yeah, so I know we complained a bit on the journey south about the cold and sailing in the cold. So this may come as a shocker, but we've decided to overwinter on the southwest coast of Newfoundland. And I know, it's going to be cold. But the reason is, next summer, one of the reasons for me building the boat was I have dreamt for so long about going to Blow Me Down on the south coast of Newfoundland and climbing for a season. And if we go south far enough to escape winter, where there's some topography for us to climb and stay fit, we need to go thousands and thousands of miles south and then turn around in early spring and go thousands of miles north. Or we can hunker down in Newfoundland for a winter and go ice climbing and backcountry skiing, which will keep us very fit and help us get more fit and ready to go do some big stuff in Blow Me Down in the spring. So I personally would rather 20-degree Fahrenheit and snowing than 35 degrees Fahrenheit and raining, and that's what we had the winter on Cape Cod.
Yeah. Well, and also last winter, we were so ready to be warm.
Yeah.
And it was just
kept teasing us.
Yeah. So this is different. We're sort of mentally prepared to be cold. We want to be cold. We want to ice climb and ski. We've got all the gear, and it's just been sitting in boxes for the last few winters. So it's time to put that gear to use.
We learned a lot the winter in Harwichport and the trip south. We've got a lot of things that we're going to do to winterize the boat and make it as comfortable as possible. But what we really need to figure out is a place on the south coast to southwest coast where we can safely tie up to a dock with shore power for the winter. So we would love to be near Grossmoor National Park. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, but there looks to be some incredible ice climbing and backcountry skiing there. It seems like they get a good amount of snowfall in the mountains, and if we want to play in Newfoundland Winter Wonderland, that seems to be the place to do it. So if you have any experience overwintering in Newfoundland, especially on a wooden boat, or you live along that south coast, southwest coast, Neddy's Harbor, Bonnie Bay, Coldbrook are kind of some places near Grossmoor that we've been looking. But we would love to hear your thoughts, opinions, experiences, because we really would love to find a safe place where we can tie up to the dock with shore power for the winter and have an awesome base camp to go really explore Newfoundland in the winter, which I'm excited for.
One more time up the mast before leaving, Steve set up a small halyard to hoist various flags that will be used when sailing through international waters. These flags will communicate to Canadian customs officials information about Arabella's nationality and clearance status. The new 45-pound Mantis got stashed below. A huge thanks to those that pitched in to help get that replaced. For the 65-pounder, Steve was going to make every effort to make sure it was as secure as possible, while still being able to deploy it quickly if needed.
I lost one anchor. It's one too many. So when I took off the Dyneema from the Deadeyes, this is one of those pieces, I spliced a loop in the end, and we're going to put it not through the shackle that could possibly come undone, even though it's moused. We're going to go right through hard point on the anchor. And we're going to run that back and tie it off to the Samson post. Okay, safety precaution number one. The anchor does jump off the roller, something crazy happens, the shackle comes undone. We have that Dyneema line, this hard point on the anchor. This bounces around a bit, so we're gonna add a little chafe protection. One of these days I have to figure out something to lock this in nicely when the anchor comes up, but I have yet to conceive of something that I truly like and want to do. So till that point comes, I'll just do this when we're gonna go offshore. So this is just a cut open piece of fire hose. And this is some of the best chafe gear you can get. And we have an old piece of line here. So it's got a Vectran core in it, which is kind of like a type of Dyneema. It's super strong, very chafe resistant. Now, if we needed to drop this in a real hurry, say we pulled out of here and the engine died, I would come up here and I would just cut these lines free. And it would take a minute, but it would not take much longer than that. And since we're going offshore and we're coming out of P-Town here, we have maybe a mile, and then we're in open water where we have all the time in the world to go drop the anchor if we need to.
Come back next week to watch Arabella sail into Canada and leave home waters for the foreseeable future. Thanks so much for following along all these years. Double thanks to our supporters on Patreon that make us able to bring these videos to you every week. Check out the description if you'd like to become part of that support. And we'll see you here next Friday.
You gotta give me a sec. I'm getting some awesome B-roll right now.